Okay, hello everybody. Today we're here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 in the Cessna Skyhawk 172. We have a 50 nautical mile flight from Victor Alpha Yankee, South Jersey Regional, to Papa Tango Whiskey, Heritage Field. We'll be flying VFR and we'll be using sayintentions.ai ATC to pick up flight following and have some ATC interactions along the way. Both SayIntentions and Navigraph are updated now to work with the Skyhawk's built-in EFB, so we'll be using real FAA sectionals via Navigraph on our EFB for the flight. Should be awesome, so let's get started. Okay, we'll get the window opened here. Let some air in, that's good. It's been wintry and cold lately, so for a change of pace I've set the simulator's date back to July so we can enjoy some virtual summertime weather. Alright, our circuit breakers are all in. Parking brake set, mixture, throttle, idle cutoff. We'll rotate the fuel selector valve through all positions, put it back to center, ensure the fuel cutoff is in. We've got battery and master on. Full fuel tanks, left and right. That all looks good. We'll turn on the beacon to let people know we are about to start the prop. We'll call clear prop. Get our feet on the brakes. Mixture into full rich. Turn on the fuel pump for a few seconds. Turn off the fuel pump. Pull the mixture back out. Keys are in the ignition, feet are on the brakes, and we'll crank it over. Bring in the mixture smoothly as the engine starts, and we've got a good start. We'll adjust our RPMs and check the oil pressure. We do have oil pressure, so that all looks good. Next we can lean the mixture for ground operations. And it's a little noisy now, so we can head over to our left here and close the window. Ready to turn avionics, bus 1, bus 2 on, get the Garmin's booted up.
Juliet Yankee 7 Tree Automated Weather Observation 2000 Zulu. Wind 282 at 4. Visibility 9er. Sky condition, few clouds at 6,300 feet, few clouds at 13,700 feet. Temperature, 15 siege dew point. 1 tree C, altimeter 29er 215.
I've got CTAF and approach dialed into COM 1, guard on COM 2. On nav 1, we'll dial 108.20, and you'll see the 2 flag pop up on CDI 1, which is the circular gauge to the left of the Garmin. We'll talk about what that means in a little bit when we do the flight brief. For nav 2, I'm going to dial 116.5. And you see nothing happens on CDI2, which is the lower round gauge, because we're too far away to pick it up. So we've got FAA sectionals, courtesy of Navigraph, via the built-in EFB. So we'll zoom out to our field, which is South Jersey Regional. You can see it's an untowered field. It has a field elevation of 53, 3,900 foot runway, 122.8 for CTAF, and RP, which is right pattern traffic for runway 26, which matters to us because we're taking off on runway 26, so we'll have to make right traffic. We're underneath the 3,000 shelf of the Philly Bravo, and to our east is a 4,000 shelf of the Philly Bravo. So we want to stay underneath those and not bust the Bravo, so I'll remain at 2,500 as we fly to the north until we are out underneath these shelves. Once I reach the Delaware River, we are free and clear of the Bravo, so at that point I'm free to start climbing to my cruise altitude of 4,500. To help us navigate outside of the Bravo, we're going to use VOR navigation. So the nearby VOR is Yardley ARD on 108.2. That's what I just dialed into nav 1. And you can see that this is a 360 degrees compass rose. These are magnetic headings. And the bottom of the rose, that's 18 or 180. So you can count 2 ticks to the left and see that we are at the 182 radial from the VOR. So from that center point, drawing a line to the south, that would be 180 degrees. So if we wanted to follow that line from the VOR, we'd fly a heading of 182. To fly to the VOR, you have to add 180 degrees to it, which would be 362 or 02 degrees. So that's our plan. We're going to fly a 002 heading to the Yardley VOR, then we're going to turn west and fly a 277 heading from the Yardley VOR. You can see on the compass rose there's a 27 there with an arrow, that's 270. The next one up is 280. So 277 is the heading between the two of those, and you can actually see there's a line with 277 written on it because that is the exact heading that will take you to a connecting VOR, which is Pottstown VOR. That's the 116.5 number I typed in on COM2. That's our destination of Heritage Field. You can see it's 308 field elevation, 3400 field length, 122.7 CTAF, and they also have right pattern traffic for runway 28, which is what we are expecting based on the west wind that we just heard in the ATIS. Now you can see why they have right traffic instead of left traffic, because where there would be left traffic, there's 2 nuclear cooling towers. So to avoid trying to fly through 2 nuclear cooling towers, they're going to keep us on the north side of the field for runway 28. So we've already got the frequencies dialed in for Yardley and Pottsville for nav1 and nav2. Now we need to dial in the headings we want to fly, that 002 and 277 heading. So 002 is what we want to fly to Yardley, so we're just going to turn the CDI until it reads 002 and the 2 flag is showing. So that's a 002 to Yardley. And then for Pottsville, we want to fly this 277 heading to Pottsville. So we'll head down to CDI 2 and we're going to turn it until the little yellow arrow points to 277. There's a little 2 flag, it's harder to see, but that's showing us that we're flying that heading 2. So west is 270, that's 280, and now we're at 277. Perfect, we're all set up. Now I'm going to press nav 1 to turn on the nav radio so I can hear it in my headset. And that's because each VOR has a Morse code signal that transmits over the frequency, and we can check it out and compare it to what we hear to make sure that we've actually got the right frequency and a VOR dialed in. Now we can try this for Pottstown, but we're too far away to pick up the signal, so we'll have to wait until we're closer. If I press it, it'll just be silent. At the beginning of each flight, I need to reset all of the gyro instruments, including the attitude indicator, so we'll adjust it so that it's reading level. We've already got the directional calibrated to the compass. Alright, all my gauges look good, and let's fix the transponder, put it on standby, squawking VFR 1200. South Jersey traffic, Skyhawk 96068, taxi from the ramp to runway 28, South Jersey. Test my brakes as we start moving forward. They work. And we're going to hang a left here. Okay, you can see the windsock up ahead. It is pointing to 28. And one of the nice things about having a Navigraph on the EFB is that you can also see your taxi diagram, so we can see where we're at, and that we've got a taxiway that we're going to hang a right on to follow to the end of 28. Alright, stopped here, we'll do our run up. So we've got mixture coming in to full rich. Flight controls, elevator up, elevator down, rudder left, rudder right, right aileron down, left aileron down, mag left, we got a good drop, back to both, mag right, good drop, back to both. South Jersey traffic, Skyhawk 068, back taxi runway 28 for departure. Alright, we've got a short back taxi here, then we'll turn around in the bubble on 28. South Jersey traffic, Skyhawk 068, departing runway 28. We'll be doing a right crosswind departure to the north at 2,500 South Jersey. Alright, airspeed's alive, gauges look good. Coming up on rotate speed, and we're up. The last patch seems to have fixed the steam gauge version of the Skyhawk, so it's nice to be able to fly it because I prefer steam gauges.
Skyhawk, Delta Bravo, left downwind, runway 27.
Good evening, approach Western November 297, requesting VFR flight following to Quakertown.
United 1221, Papa Golf McGuire approach, roger. Skyhawk November 172 Delta Bravo McGuire approach, contact Northeast Philadelphia Tower on 126.9er.
McGuire approach, Skyhawk 96068 is a C172 slant Golf, 5 miles north and Duckletherm at 2,500. We'd like flight following destination Heritage Field, Papa Tango Whiskey at 4,500.
Skyhawk 068, squawk 6314 and ident.
6314 and ident, Skyhawk 068.
Okay.
The photogrammetry all around the Philly Bravo just looks fantastic, very realistic.
Skyhawk 068, radar contact 5 north of Inductotherm Airport at 2500 feet, heading 001, Rancocas altimeter 29.901.
Position checks 29901, Skyhawk 068.
Mustang 297, runway 14 in use at Eagle's Nest. Wind 234 at 8.
Dial number 172 Delta Bravo, front VFR from Kilo Victor Alpha Yankee, requesting flight following.
297 Inductotherm Airport at your 6 o'clock 16 miles. Change to advisory frequency approved.
Skyhawk 068, contact New York Center on 133.5.
Over to center on 133.5, Skyhawk 068. New York Center, Skyhawk 96068, 2700, climbing 4500.
Skyhawk 96068, New York Center. Good evening, Philadelphia, altimeter 29.901.
2991, Skyhawk 068.
Skyhawk 068, climb and maintain 4500.
Climb and maintain 4500, Skyhawk 068.
Charlie 5000.
Center Gary.
American 2038, New York Center. Good evening.
New York Center, vision for you, Kilo Pineapple 370. Hello?
Vision 4 Romeo Kilo, New York Center. Roger.
Skyhawk 068, contact Washington Center on 132.525.
Over to 132.525, Skyhawk 068. Washington Center, Skyhawk 96068, level 4500, direct Papa Tango Whiskey.
Skyhawk 96068, Washington Center. Good evening, Ivyland, altimeter 29.901.
2991, Skyhawk 068.
Center 134.6, JetBlue 781.
800, AP, contact New York Center on 135.45.
Skyhawk 068, contact New York Center on 132.1.
Over to 132.1, Skyhawk 068.
168.
New York Center, Skyhawk 96068, level 4500.
Skyhawk 96068, New York Center. Good evening, Ivyland, altimeter 29.901.
2991, Skyhawk 068.
Skyhawk 068, Heritage Airport at your 12 o'clock, 16 miles. Change to advisory frequency approved. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR.
Frequency change approved, Squawk VFR, thanks for the help, Skyhawk 068. Heritage traffic, Skyhawk 96068, 6 miles east at 3600, will be overflying at midfield at 1800, inbound for full stop Heritage. If I'd landed like that in one of my flight lessons, my CFI would have joked that wasn't as much of a landing as an incident where the wheels contacted the ground and the plane was still usable afterwards. It's So this was a fun scenic flight. I really wanted to fly in some of the photogrammetry areas around the Philly Bravo, and the two VORs gave us a good excuse to do a little tutorial. So I hope you enjoy realistic general aviation content like this. If you do, be sure to click that like button, leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, as always, for flying along with me, and stay tuned for further flight adventures.